Hey everyone, I missed you all. It's been a few days since I've been online. Welcome, welcome. If you're tuning in, I'd love to hear from you, where you're from, where you're listening in, how are you feeling? Let me know how you're doing. My day is going well. I've had a very slow day. Finished 3 days of my first retreat weekend. I will maybe take requests to join the call, but for now, let's just have some questions. Um, yeah, the retreat went super amazing. It was a really blessed experience. We had about 15, 20 people join us throughout the weekend. It was a dream come true. Let me know how you guys are feeling in the chat. Raw call. Who are you? Before I allow you on my conversation. Yeah, I guess I want to talk today about the manifestation of your dream reality. Since 2018, I had the vision to start hosting retreats around the world in sacred spots. And this past weekend, I just did my first one professionally with a partner. And about 20 people came in through the weekend. It was so beautiful to see prayer come to life. It was a very powerful weekend. And yeah, thank you so much. Thank you. It was especially remarkable to be able to serve people who have been healers and in the industry as creators, hosting space, other retreats around the world for other people, and to have them give me feedback of how I bless them and nurse them and serve them was super amazing. But there'll be many more retreats, so if you missed this last weekend, I'll have another one in spring, and I plan to do that until the day I die, I guess. Yeah. You know, when you finally tune in and tap into something that you were born to do, it's just a flow. It's just a flow. Something that you've prayed your whole life for years for, and then it's in your hands. You're doing it, and people ask you, "How are you? How are you doing this?" um, and I just have to give the honor to Spirit, listening to what Spirit is calling me to do with my life, and being obedient to it. Surrendering to the call on your heart. Your soul knows what you're meant to do in this life. There's a gift you have, you come into this world with that you shine in. When you tap into it and you allow yourself to live the true life that calls to your heart and soul, a kind of super genius frequency just kind of shines out of you. Something you're born to do. It exists. And it's truly it's the freedom to allow yourself to be that person, which is your true self. I feel that I have tapped into that, truly. And the people that can benefit when you allow yourself to be true, they see it. You free other people. Yes, I'll be posting pictures of the retreat and sharing testimonials. I think everyone is still traveling home, getting adjusted to life again. Being in a retreat space is kind of a mind warp too, because you're tapping out of your everyday reality, going into a space with people you never met before in your life, likely somewhere in the woods or resort somewhere in the world. And you're having back-to-back on-the-hour workshops that ask you to go within. You're meditating, you're eating new food, you're having vulnerable conversations with people you don't know. And at the end of the retreat, you leave feeling like a family. You leave having cried tears of joy and happiness. And yeah, it's exhausting. So I feel I'm trying to tune back into my everyday reality. And kind of also, I don't know if you're into festival culture. When you go travel somewhere and you meet all types of cool people and have a lot of fun, you kind of get this slight depression afterward because you miss being there. But that's how you know you had a good time. But yeah, let me know where you guys are listening from. I would love to answer any questions. It's just me tonight. I don't have anyone I'm interviewing. Just want to be real. And this is kind of me getting out of my shell tonight too, and being comfortable alone on a camera. So please keep the questions coming. And I appreciate you guys for being here, and the 16 people who are alive right now. Thank you. Thank you for connecting on the journey. Thank you for the question. Oh, you saved my life. Thank you for listening from Miami. When did I start my spiritual practice and where am I from? I'm from Daytona Beach, Florida. So shout out to my Florida friends. I went to school in Tallahassee, Florida State University, and I've kind of always been on the spiritual path. My first conscious memory of being a human being when I was a little girl was, why am I here? Oh my God, I'm a human being, and having this existential crisis. I remember that. That was my first human memory. So I've always questioned life and reality very deeply. I grew up with my mom's side being very Catholic, so I went to church every Sunday. I was the head altar girl. I played flute in the choir. I did everything. I just devoted to service. And a love for life I was trying to seek and find. And then finding numerous pathways and answers to the questions. And that's how I still am where I am right now today, still asking questions. And that is the spiritual journey. What is love? How do I get more of it? I believe that's the human journey. And how do I share it more? How can I be more loving? Giving purpose to this life, this experience, this human vessel. What can I use it for? Why do I have it? To me, that's the spiritual journey. Just questions. Any experiences with Kambo? No, never done that. Never tried ayahuasca. Never done any intense spiritual medicines like that. I'm open to it. Maybe one day. I don't think I need those things. My life is very psychedelic in itself. My everyday reality can be filled with miracle. I believe that you don't really need drugs to have a spiritual experience. You are the drug. Your brain actually has the same chemicals in those plants that you can release through breath alone, for example, deep meditation. Thank you for being in the live with me. If you just came in, FAMU. I wish I went to FAMU. They had more fun than us. Thank you for the feedback. I'm a little bit shy. I'm very introverted, actually. Maybe on camera, it seems like I'm an extroverted human being. I'm not at all. If you know me in real life, I don't say very much. I prefer to listen. But thank you. During the retreat, was unexpectedly easy or difficult? It was surprisingly easy to put on the whole retreat for that many people because I've already lived it in spirit for 6 months. It was 6 months of planning. So by the time it finally came to fruition and I had 15, 20 people in my presence, it felt just in the flow. So that was surprisingly easy to take care of that many people. I've been praying for it for so long. As far as being difficult, it's just being a human being. There's limitations. I wish I didn't have to turn off or eat or sleep or take care of myself. I just wanted to serve. I think that's also when you know you're living a very authentic, beautiful life is when you don't even want to sleep. You just love living so much. You love waking up and getting to do, to live your life and do what you're born to do. That's something I can't say I've always experienced, and what has honestly led me to being my own business owner and living this life. I haven't always loved life. I'll just say that. life is a drug enough. Yeah. If you ever feel like you need a drug to experience God, I think that's when you maybe took it for the wrong reason. I definitely don't need a drug to hear God, talk to God. You don't even need a spiritual teacher. I really am about learning who God, spirit, whatever a higher consciousness, love, power means to you. You can go within and tap in and talk to that spirit yourself. It just learning what that voice sounds like is the discernment. What did we eat at the retreat? We eat mostly plant-based, gluten-free, no processed sugars, nothing fried, lots of soups and stews with local and fresh organic vegetables. Cooked from the heart with my own hands, and 2 lovely friends who came to support me and helped make these beautiful spreads, salads. On Saturday night, we did have wild-caught salmon, and my friend made a beautiful marinade. It was delicious. We had that and roasted vegetables, all types of winter medley vegetables. Just such amazing food, all types of food. What did I study in college? So I went in with a scholarship to enter medical school. So they treated me as a medical student going into college as a freshman. It was very intense. So I got to see what my life would be like as a doctor and really dive into my why I wanted to do it, because I knew I wanted to help people heal. But towards the end of it, I realized, there's a more authentic path for me to be a healer in this life. It doesn't have to be being a doctor, even though my ego identity thought that to be successful in this life, I had to be a doctor or a lawyer or a therapist. So I surrendered that scholarship, and then I asked Spirit to lead my life on the path that's really meant for me. And I set on my real spiritual journey at that point, where all I did was learn healing modalities, from yoga to martial arts to farming. Really made my life about healing myself and then documenting that journey through my writing in my books. And that's what I get to share today in my coaching practice. And my business is called Conscious Lifestyle Coaching, and I sell books. I'm creating resources in the background. I'm building out a 3 to 6 month coaching program based on research, and it's going to be really good. I'm releasing that in January. I'll start taking my first set of clients. Any advice for single people who are on the spiritual journey? Yes. Let me sip some water before I dive into that one. I'm also going live on YouTube. I forgot. I'm sorry, guys. Hello from Long Beach. Happy new moon. It is new moon. Yes. Welcome, everybody. Okay. Advice on this single spiritual journey. Stop seeking love outside of you. You are love. That's what I would go back and tell myself over the past few years. Is really, you are love. You don't need someone else to make you feel whole or complete, or that you're even worthy of having a partner or living this life. I had to surrender that. I had to learn to be comfortable with myself. I had to learn to really love myself, and I didn't understand that. I thought I did, and you always think you do until you realize there's more. You can accept yourself. And truly, it was when I surrendered to God's plan for my life, Spirit's plan for my life, and that's all I cared about, was serving. And I let go of my need, my desire to have a partner to fulfill it. And it was right in that moment someone came in and locked me down. And it was somebody who can support me on my path and is not in competition with me. I can stay focused on my purpose in this life. And that somebody ultimately came in right when I entered that gate, that portal of this is who I am. I finally accept myself. I know what I want to do in this life, and I'm doing it. And yeah, I think that's when Spirit said, okay, you're ready. You're not going to let someone distract you or divert you from what you truly love. And yeah, that's what I would say about being single. Your soul chose to be single. It's not a bad thing. It's a healing. It's a medicine. Um, one thing I hated about being single was feeling like I don't have respect as a young single woman that a married woman, for example, has, perceivably. And yet at the same time, my married friends would look at me and like say, "Oh, you have so much freedom. Enjoy it." Just learning to enjoy the journey wherever you are. You're welcome for sharing. Any more questions? Thank you, Vivian, who's listening on YouTube, for signing up for coaching. I definitely will be seeking to have people come on board and coach with me. I'm not married, no. Did I play flute on my retreat? Sorry if you can hear my dog playing. She gets excited when I start talking. Hey, if it bothers you guys, let me know. I'll kick her out. I played flute on the retreat. Yes, we had a beautiful sound bath meditation journey following my yoga class in a geodesic dome, and the sound in the dome is amazing. And after I put everyone in the final yoga pose, Shavasana, I guided us through a sound bath journey with flute and my buffalo drum, some rattles, and my rain stick. My beautiful friend did some beautiful singing along with it, and it was just gorgeous. I've been playing flute since I was 15. I have 3 flutes now. People keep gifting me flutes. I think that's when you know you have a gift, when people just gift you more of it. Definitely love flute. Where my retreat was in Black Mountain, North Carolina. I took people to my favorite meditation spot ever. I've spent the last 2 years on this river, on this huge rock, just sitting in the middle of the river. And it's where I wrote my first book. It's where I've spent hours upon hours upon hours by myself in my single season, praying for healing, for my heart to be purified, for my purpose to be revealed to me, praying for my soul tribe. And I could say all those prayers were answered. And I got to share that space with other people, and it was a real gift. Thank you, Vivian. I wish I could see who else is on YouTube. Any more questions? I probably won't be on here long. It's actually very awkward. My next retreat will be in spring. I'm thinking May or April. May or April. And I'm not sure where I want to have it yet. I think Spirit will tell me where the next one should be. Oh, that's a cool question. My zodiac sign. Okay, y'all don't be doing weird stuff now out here. But I'm an Aries. Aries sun and rising, and Libra moon. I think if I didn't have the Libra to balance me, I'd be pretty insane. What do I think of star seeds, and how do you recognize each one? So I'm just learning about star seeds. It kind of found me. When I moved back to Asheville in 2021, I had this dream. I took a nap in the middle of the day, and in the dream, I was looking at the sky, and millions of stars were falling from the cosmos, landing around me. It was freaking me out, and I was like, oh my gosh, they're coming. And I woke up, and I thought that was a weird dream, but it was just one of those vivid dreams I've ever had. I don't dream often, so when I do, typically there's something to it. And ever since then, I started meeting these people in my life who spoke straight to my soul and spirit. I'm talking like people who I never shared something with someone, and yet they spoke to my soul, and it really lifted me up. And it was particularly in places in my life where I could heal more or serve my purpose better. I believe those are my star family. It's the activation of soul purpose and mission in this life. And I believe the star seed mission is to raise the frequency of the planet. And that's why we have these visions and our purpose in these spiritual gifts, because it's our contribution to humanity to do our part to make it a better place. Um, I believe I'm a star seed, but I believe everyone's a star seed. It's just about remembering. Um, and I believe you have a starseed family here. People who you've come into this life together on for a reason, and when you contact each other, you're reminded of who you are and what you're here to do, and they help you. They help you actualize your truth. Thank you, Allegra. I definitely want to do a live with you. I want to send you the information to schedule a specific date so you can shine and we can have our conversation and share it with people. I did not have the energy after my retreat to schedule with somebody. I was supposed to have someone on here tonight, but we're going to reschedule. Oh my goodness, you're in Asheville. Okay, now we have to meet. Now we have to meet. Honestly, okay. I sent you a request to come on. Vivian, make sure you sign up for my newsletter.
Oh, it's so good to see you.
Hi.
I feel so connected to you. I can't even tell you. I feel like we're, I don't know, like 7-year-old kids. And it's so, I don't know, your vibration is so connected to me. And I can't wait to meet because I know you can take my hand and, be my sister and show me, where to go. And yeah. So anyway, I love the topography. That's actually the name of my book that I wrote. It's called Topography, A Path to Your Most Authentic Self. And so I tune into Gaia and wisdom just like you. And I'm really connected to the Cherokee and the Lakota and Hopi. So I studied in New Mexico, and I'm so happy to finally be here.
Oh, welcome.
I'm happy. Thank you so much.
Thank you for being here. And likewise, that there are things that you have to teach me, and I look forward to meeting you in person and learning from you. I believe we're all teachers and guides to each other. I never want that pedestal with people. Anytime you perceive a light in someone and their gifts, you have that. You're just witnessing a mirror of yourself. So thank you. And I can't wait to meet you. I welcome you here. There's community here ready to welcome you as well. And yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It means the world to me.
Could you tell me more about your book?
Yeah, I had a physical illness, which was, I was grieving because I had to sell my home of many years, and my daughters, left the nest. And so I made all this art, and the process of making the art healed my body of this excruciating pain. And so I listened to the animals that were on the landscape where I was living. I was living in a little cottage, and it was like one by one, the deer came over and talked to me and started healing me. Oh my God. Then the badger came over and had a message, and then the hawk. And so I documented these these incredible experiences while I was making art. And so it was really incredible. And so it's my memoir. It's only 50 pages long, but it was an incredible experience. And I know that the landscape here, I feel so at home here. And I don't know anyone, but I feel so at home.
I know that feeling. I moved here by myself, not knowing a soul, from Florida. And I just knew I was supposed to be here. Yeah. It was
Wow.
very hard. The first time I moved here, I was welcomed by a family and they made me feel at home. And something about the mountains here, it really holds you. When I leave, you look in your rearview mirror and you see the blue glow of the mountains behind you, and I feel a sense of sorrow. And when I come back in, you have to drive up those mountains, and you're surrounded by all the beauty of the forest. It's a privilege, I say, and a gift to live in such a beautiful place. And I first heard about Asheville when I was 15, and life was just so hard. And I was just fantasizing in my head where I would escape to. And I Googled most beautiful city in America, and Asheville came up. I'm sure that was 10 years ago, almost 11. So I don't know. I'm sure there are many more beautiful cities in America. But Asheville is special and unique, and sometimes I hate it. But really, the people here are so kind, open-minded, and I feel free to be myself and share my thoughts. Healthy, beautiful food, clean water. It's a privilege and a blessing to live here in these beautiful sacred forests. And then I would have these memories, ancestral memories come up of, tribe. And I feel connected to the Cherokee, a little bit also to the Catawba Indians, and just remembering the medicines of our ancestors,
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So I'm happy you're here. I'm happy you listened to the call to come here. I do believe the mountains call in people, like guardians of the forest, the water. Yeah, for sure. It's sacred land, and right now I'm battling in my mind of, it's so beautiful. Everyone wants to live here, right? And the development, the industrialization is coming too. It comes along with the beauty, right?
Oh yeah, right.
And so I'm just questioning now is, what can I do to help protect the land and the water? And I still feel foreign. Like, do I deserve to be here? But if you feel called, I know that you're here for a reason, and keep listening.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I'm very connected to the sky and the earth. And, like when you were talking about the writing, the writing is so important. And I don't read a lot, but I would love for you to come over and see the books that I have that are in my little bookcase.
I love books. I love books.
You would look at them and be, oh, that friend. I know that friend.
I think bookcases say a lot about people too. It's kind of a map of someone's soul journey.
It is. You sit down and you look at their books and, oh, I know this. It's interesting, right? So much for being so gracious and just so loving and sweet, and it just means the world to me. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for connecting. Thank you for your beautiful comments. I see them. I appreciate them. And I definitely will like to meet you in person soon.
Okay. Sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you. And thank you, Phoenix, if you're signing off. Thank you for being here. And how do I say your name? Is it Allegra?
Allegra.
Right.
Okay. Thank you.
Are you signing off too? Because I don't know how to.
I am. I
And
think I'm going to sign off. I don't know
Okay.
how to do it, but I'm going to try.
I don't know either.
Okay.
I think I got it. Let's see. Okay. Raw call. Okay. Okay, that was a serious question. If you guys can hear my dog chewing on a bone right now, she's excited when I have conversations. Any more questions, guys, who are here listening to me on a Monday night? I appreciate it. Let's see. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. All right, give me one more question so I can feel like I can go to bed. I'm very tired. Yes, she's in love with her bone. She's having a good old time over there. One more question. How was my weekend? My weekend was impactful, transformative, empowering, beautiful. I aim to have more weekends like that. My favorite color? I hate that question. I don't have a favorite color. I have a favorite mood, and my mood right now is very blue. Not in a bad way. Blue as in refreshed. I hear all the questions. Okay. What do I think was one weekend takeaway? We're not alone on our journey. When people spoke about what they've been through this year, brought tears to my eyes. Because the enemy, that ego, that deep dark voice in the mind sometimes will convince you that you're alone in your journey and that darkness is all there is. And it's not true. There are other people who are walking your pain with you on the other side of the veil. And when you come into connection with people, especially in a retreat setting, a sacred space, that veil just completely drops. And I'm so glad I didn't give up. When you want to give up, whether it's on a project, a mission, or your life even, imagine if you just kept moving a little bit further and the breakthrough is right there. And it's always when you want to give up the most, that's when the breakthrough is closest. And that for me was a testimony. This weekend was a testimony to that. If I gave up, I wouldn't be standing here today and having this beautiful experience with 20 people who trusted me to nourish them and provide space for healing. And I'm grateful for this year, no matter how dark it became or how alone I was, because it gave me space to create that healing for myself. And I got to share those tools with other people. Yeah, always hold on. There's always more light to come. What inspires me? Oh, thank you, Vivian. Okay, what inspires me? Kindness. Kindness inspires me. I think the ability to be kind in this dark world sometimes is the most powerful thing you can do. So when someone is kind to me, I never forget it. People who can bring a smile to your face when you're having the darkest day of your life, that person is a very powerful person. And people like to think that someone who's sweet and kind is ignorant or delusional. Not always. The softest people you know have likely been through some very hard things, and that's why they have the strength to be kind. You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Also, you guys inspire me. The comments, the fact that you guys are here listening to me speak. I read everything that people write to me. When someone sends me a message about how my words have helped them, that keeps me going. Because sometimes I wonder if anyone is listening or if what I'm doing does anything at all. So when people take the time to share with me, it keeps me going. Even if it's one person. If you do one video and 10,000 people watch it, but one person says, I needed this, I wanted to kill myself, but because I watched this video, I didn't, that one person, then it's all worth it. Kindness is worth it. Thank you for the follows. Where am I now in my journey? Well, I just walked through a big door in my life, so that's a good question. I'm on the journey now of devotion and commitment to things greater than myself. So now that I've had a successful retreat, I have published a book, one of them, and the next one just became a bestseller on Amazon. Okay, what's next? What else can I do, and how do I keep going? How do I keep getting better at what I do without having to move on to something else? Because the commitment to work on something that is unique and special is difficult, and it's not easy. It's not easy being a business owner, being an entrepreneur. It's easier sometimes to give up. I don't plan to. And you can't do it for money. Cannot do anything for money. Do it for love. The 16 personalities test, which one is that? I was talking about Myers-Briggs today. I don't know if that's what you're talking about. Oh, Shaniqua, hi. Thank you for being here. The Myers-Briggs, I'm an INFJ, which is apparently one of the rarest ones, like 1% in the world. I don't know if I'm still an INFJ. I'll have to take the test again. Which is introverted, intuitive, feeling, and judgmental. Which the judgmental is just, I'm really in my head a lot. It's also why I teach meditation, because it holds me accountable. I can have very harsh thoughts. Shaniqua, I don't know if you're still there, but I just want to say you've inspired me and taught me a lot on my journey, especially how to pray. I think the most powerful thing you said in church once was you ask God to help you think like God, to have God thoughts. And that blew my mind. You're also an INFJ. You know, INFJs find each other. I think it just says it's rare, but maybe it's actually very common to be INFJ. Or we're just all weird. And the weird people just hang out in these pods. INFJ Club. Yeah. Have you guys been struggling sleeping lately? I've had a pretty bad insomnia until recently. I've just been too tired. I like to say when I'm too anxious in my thoughts, I'm just really excited about something spiritually that my human doesn't know what's coming yet, but my spirit knows, and it's just excited. So then I can give you some peace to sleep. ENTJ. Yeah, I'm not an extrovert. I was also talking today about what it means to be psychic. A psychic is just being highly intuitive, like really tapped in, tuned in. Weird from birth. Yep. Well, I'm losing you guys. I'm losing myself too. I think it's time to go to bed. Hypersensitive. Yes. I would say I'm very hypersensitive. Yeah. It's a blessing and a curse to be sensitive in this world. Because at least we feel. I'd rather feel something than nothing. I don't want to be numb in this world. Aww. Shaniqua, you're a hard-ass worker. You're working so hard. You're living in your purpose. It's okay to rest. Let people miss you. Now, working in your purpose is not easy, but when you're doing it, you make people think it's easy because you make it look easy, and it's not. Yeah, I read your post about your grandmother. I've been feeling in my spirit. My grandmother is leaving too very soon, and I've been feeling her spirit, even though she was still alive, within me, and recognizing how much of hers is inside of me, and how much of my life is a manifestation of her prayers. How much I am my grandmother, even if when I was a kid I didn't know who she was or relate to her, and yet she's still living through me very much. The same with you, Shaniqua. Same with you. Carry on the prayer, carry on the wisdom. All right, guys. I think we all should get some rest, and thank you for listening. Thank you for being here, and thank you for being on this journey. Thank you guys for sharing light, even if it's hard right now. That's why we need each other. I'm here for you guys. Thank you for being here for me. Sweet dreams. Talk to you guys again soon.